If you are looking for Ultimate Team coins, I have the place for you. Head on over to easymuckcoin.com where you can purchase coins for as little as $45 a mil. I did not stutter. Link is in the description. Use code GS for 5% off. What up, ladies and gentlemen? It's your boy Just. Welcome back to my first Madden 22 video. I'm sure you guys have seen by now. I'm sure there's been tons of videos about it already, but we figure, for the 33 people that, watch my videos, maybe you've been busy and you haven't seen it, and wanted to go ahead and share with you the Madden 22 home field advantage factors for each NFL team. We're going to start off with the Buccaneers, and as you guys can see, home field advantage, fire the cannons. Home team players have their fatigue temporarily replenished while in the red zone. So if you're a little tired, you're a little huffed and puffed, maybe going ahead and you start doing some no huddles and your guys fatigued, they're a little yellowish, they're going to go on ahead and have their stamina replenished while they're in the red zone. Now we have the who dat for the Saints. On away teams' third and fourth down conversion attempts, a random receiver will have an incorrect route when he lines up in pre-play. Meaning, if you're facing the Saints and you're in their stadium on third and fourth down attempts, your receiver who supposed to be on an out route, he's going to be on an incorrect route. So is he going to run that incorrect route? It doesn't really say. So let's say that far left is supposed to be an out route, and that's the one they choose to change. Let's say they change it into a smoke route. Now, when you hike the ball, is that what he's going to do, or is he going to do the route he's supposed to? It's just kind of like smoke and mirrors. I don't know. I just know that good luck when you're in Saints Stadium on third and fourth down. Keep pounding for the Panthers. Home team has more stamina during plays, so you're actually able to stay fresh longer during plays. And then we have the rise up for the Falcons. The home team gains a flat amount of bonus momentum on every offensive play, so you're able to chip away at that momentum little by little when you are using the Falcons and you are the home team. All right, so now the NFC East. We have deflected. Away team punt distance is shortened when kicking across the 50, so they are actually able to go on ahead and shorten the field, technically for their offense, because whenever the team is punting against them, they're able to punt not as far, so resulting in a shorter field for the offense. Then we have linked in by the Eagles. While winning, the whole team gains more momentum and the away team gains less. So pretty self-explanatory. You're able to go on ahead and gain more while they gain less. So turf war, away team players fatigue faster. So it's kind of like built-in deflator when you're going up there against New York, and you get out there in New Jersey and you face the Giants, you're going to go on ahead and fatigue a lot quicker. Then we have unstable ground. The away team has an increasingly hard time changing directions. Now this right here could be very, very, very important, especially on defense. Whenever you're we all know that this year was the first year they really made a key factor in Madden 21, I should say, of change of direction. If your guys did not have a very high change of direction, then you're going to go on ahead and it's going to be tough to maneuver. Whenever you're facing a drag to the right, and then there's a slant cutting over to the left over the top of you, and you want to stop and jump that route. If you have low change of direction, it's tough. It's tough stopping and being able to pick up, quickly where you want to go. So, less, being able to, change direction is going to be tougher, whenever you face the Redskins. And that right there goes for offense as well. Low change of direction makes it difficult. Like, I noticed how big it was whenever I did a playmaker with Jerome Bettis out of the backfield. I was able to put him on a Texas route, and I playmakered him back from left to right, and it got picked off because whenever I playmakered him, he stopped, planted his feet, and he went back to the right so slow. And I was so used to McKissick and Alvin Kamara, whenever I would playmaker them, they would just go instantly. I had to wait a second longer because the change of direction is so low. The frozen tundra. Home team gains more momentum and away team gains less. Away team fatigues faster and has a harder time changing direction. So, as you can see, playing in Lambeau Field is going to be very, very, very difficult. Now, I don't know if this translates to Ultimate Team. I don't know if this could be in regs. I would like to think that it's probably not going to translate to Ultimate Team because people would go on ahead and most likely just choose, the bigger advantages. Because this right here, this is several. Some people just got gain more momentum, like the Falcons. Some people have team gains less. They have both. Some people have, away team fatigues faster, and harder time. Like, they got 4 advantages here in Green Bay. Like, I would definitely choose, Green Bay and Ultimate Team, 100%. Scold, the home team gains a small amount of speed rating when in red zone. So whenever you're in the red zone, you're able to be a little faster. Not really sure how much it's going to be, but let's say if you have 94 speed out there with Cook, maybe he gets 96 when he's in the red zone. Nice little speed boost to your team. Home team accelerates slightly faster. So whenever you're in the Motor City, you're out there in Detroit, you're out there in the Dome, you're going to go on ahead and get yourself a little bit more excel to all your players. And then we have bear down. The away team's kick meter moves slightly faster. So whenever you're kicking in Chicago against that heavy wind, you're going to go on ahead and notice your kick meter is going to go a little faster. I think that right there is one of like the weaker advantages. Obviously, like playing in Soldier Field, we all know can be very difficult. It's very tough conditions, and for them to just your kick meter is a little faster. I feel like they could have did something better. Home team gains momentum faster for the Cardinals. Then we have the LA Rams. Home team gains bonus momentum for defensive stops. So going on ahead, and I'm assuming defensive stops are turnovers, turnover on downs, things like that. That's what I'm assuming. I don't think it's every incompletion or every sack or something like that. I don't know. It could be. I don't know. But you would like to think defensive stop actually getting, the ball to your offense. Right here, the best team in the NFL. Away team has an increasingly hard time changing directions. Again, that can be very, 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 very beneficiary to you as the home team, of course, because, change of direction, if it is as important as it was last year, and it says increasingly hard time, maybe that takes away 5 change of direction to everybody. Who knows? It could be like you're running in mud out there. Then last but not least, in the NFC West, random portions of play art for the away team offense will be squiggly and hard to read. Now, this right here is pretty dope. This is for another topic for another day. This was an NCAA, and when Rex was, in charge of the creative director, I talked to him, and I was like, college had so many dope things. Why don't they bring these features into Madden? And he said that they wouldn't let him. He wanted to bring features like, whenever you're in a very crazy loud, what's the word I'm looking for? Well, whenever you're the opposing team and you're in a team like Seattle, the 12s, and these crazy loud stadiums that, in college, the hot routes, you would take a look at your player and it'll be squiggly and tough to read. And he gave his explanation on why they wouldn't let him do it. And turns out years later, they end up doing it anyways, which is crazy because he wanted to bring this in years ago. But yeah, that can be, the difference between, you're not paying attention. You forgot what you called. That could be a big difference between a big play or not. Home of the Chiefs. Offensive audibles made by the away team have a chance to fail. Now, this was in NCAA as well. Let's say you come out and tight offset, let's say the far left guy, you want to put him on a curl. Sometimes because the stadium is so loud, the receiver wouldn't be able to hear the audible change and he would stay on his pre-stock route. So I'm assuming this is kind of like very similar if you want to go on ahead and let's say you're in trips tight end and you want to put the tight end on a drag. Well, they don't even... Yeah, you can. I'm thinking slants. They remove slants from tight ends. Let's say you want to put the tight end on a drag. He might not hear it, so he might stay on that stock corner route or whatever it is, which could be a very, very, very game changing thing. You try to put your receiver on and the crazy thing is that in NCAA, if I remember correct, I could be wrong, 100% I could be wrong, but if I remember correctly, it would show you the audible change in NCAA, but then he wouldn't respond to it because he didn't hear it. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe if you didn't see it on the field, then it just didn't register. I don't know. I'm assuming here that a chance to fail means you put in the audible and it just doesn't register. Maybe you can do it over and over and over again if you want to put the left slot in a slant and it fails. Maybe that entire play he just cannot be hot routed, or maybe it'll just take a few extra times. I don't know. That would be interesting to see. Both up by the San Diego, Los Angeles Chargers, all over LA area. Home team gains bonus momentum for yardage gains. And then we have the just win baby, the Oakland Raiders. Well, the Las Vegas Raiders. I'm still getting used to all these teams moving spaces. Home team gains momentum faster and has increased fatigue recovery while winning. So if you're up, you're able to, keep your stamina pretty replenished faster. Away teams have less stamina during plays, and that's what happens whenever you play in Mild High. You're going ahead and you face those conditions, and it's tougher for you to, breathe out there. Dog pound. Now, this right here has a very long description. Away team hot routes have a chance to fail in the red zone, requiring them to be made again. Okay, so you'll just have to do it over and over again. If you try to quick snap and you just make your one audible, there's a chance that, while you're in the red zone, it doesn't activate, so you have to do it 2 or 3 times for it to go. Receivers who are hot routed will temporarily receive a question mark indicator bubble at the time of the hot route to signify they may be unsure of their routes. So if it fails and you reroute him, he'll have a question mark. So that right there signifies means you don't know which route you're going to get. You could get the stock route that was there before. You could get the route that you changed them to. So, that right there keeps, it'll suck losing a game because you put him on a slant and his stock route was a streak and there's a question mark there and you see the middle of the field's open, you snap though, and it turns out he was on a streak and you throw a pick, and that could be frustrating. But I could see where they're trying to go with this, because in real life, it can be very difficult to hear, and I'm sure it happens where not every time they're able to hear everything. TRUZZ the system. Home team gains momentum on every running play while winning for the Ravens. Very lengthy description for the Steelers. Away team hot routes have a chance to fail on 3rd and 4th down, requirement to be made again. Receiver. Okay, so it's the exact same thing as the Browns. And then the who dat no huddle results in reduced clock runoff. So if you are the Bengals, you're able to go on ahead and no huddle, and you're able to not have, let's say, 30-second play clock. Let's say you get a first down, huddle, and ordinarily it would bring you down to, let's say, 18 seconds, right? 12 seconds, boom, off the clock just like that. Maybe instead of 12, it's 7. Huddle, and you're able to keep more time going on the clock. That right there is big. You can definitely win or lose a game because of that. You got a game-winning drive. You're able to no huddle, and you able to keep a little extra time on the clock. Could be the difference between you getting that spike off and getting that game-winning field goal, or that time just going down and you not able to kick that field goal and you lose. And okay, so we got a few more teams right here. So the Bills, the away team kicking arc is harder to control, so it's tougher to kick field goals against the Bills. Home team fatigues slower, so you're actually able to keep your stamina replenished a little higher. Away teams fatigue faster, you get tired more against the Jets. And I'm reading house rules, and I put rules in house and all that together. Home team gains a bonus momentum on touchdowns and 3rd down stops. And that right there is for the Patriots. And then last but not least, the AFC South. Duval. Home team gains bonus momentum on touchdowns. The Colts home team defense can see the hack count on all plays via the coach cam. Okay. The bullpen away team gains less momentum for touchdowns, and then the Titans home team will avoid committing holding penalties. So that right there that's wild. So does that mean that you could block on aggressive all game with as the home team as the Titans and be unable to get a holding call? That just makes the run game for the Titans so much more vicious if you're able to just sit on aggressive all game long and not get any holding penalties. That's damn near cheating. Like, that's just going to be, because I don't know how many of you guys block on aggressive. Probably not many, right? Because you can only go of a handful of plays before you get called for a penalty, right? It's very, very, very high where you get a penalty called. If you may try for one play, your very first play, you're going to get flagged and you may never do it again. I can honestly say that you listening to this entire Madden 21 season, you've probably called less than 30 aggressive plays. You might have called on like the 1 yard line. So people don't call it much, right? Because you get flagged very often. But for the plays that you don't get flagged, like the blocking is good. Like there's a definite increase on blocks being held. I think I found my new team. I think I found what stadium I would go to, 100% the Titans. Let me know your thoughts and opinions down below on all of these. Which ones you like, which ones you don't like. I think that the Lambeau is pretty wild because they got like 6 of them going. I don't like the Bears, really. I feel like that's kind of, I like that the 12, they're the only one with the whole team play art is squiggly. And the Titan ones is pretty dope. Like, that's savage, right? Like, no penalties at all. That has to be because you're never going to get a holding penalty on balance. So that pretty much is telling you, hey, block on aggressive. It's okay. Let me know your thoughts and opinions down below on all this stuff, man. It's your boy Jess. We're going to go on and be signing up. Appreciate the love and support. As always, until next time, peace.